We got up at the crack of dawn today. We travelled about half an hour out of Cluj to hear the Terda salt mine. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. It's about 27 kilometres out. It is a huge national attraction. You'll see why, because at the bottom of it there is apparently a huge amusement park.
We started our journey in Cluj. To get to the salt mine, you've got to take the A-list bus, and you get that from here. It cost me 40 li, which is about just over £7 to get into the salt mine. A word of advice for you: wear some warm clothing, and also wear some good shoes with a good grip on the bottom, because the floor and the walls are very powdery and slippery.
There's huge corridors here inside the salt mine itself. Apparently the total length of this corridor is 917 metres.
There's lots of rooms which branch off from this corridor, which have been turned into museum pieces that tell the story of the mine.
If you don't like heights, then you're not going to like this at all. Look over here.
At the very top of the mine, there's two wooden catwalks which take you either to the stairs or to the lift.
Apparently it takes about 4 minutes to walk down the actual staircase. There is a lift. I have no idea where it is. There's a rickety old staircase that we're going down now. There is a lift back there. I think we missed that. We've got golf, table tennis, a theatre, a boating lake, and a big wheel, which we're just about to go on, a Ferris wheel. And it cost us 5 li, which is around about £1, to go on this. It's brilliant. We're on the Ferris wheel now. And it takes around about 10 minutes to do the whole cycle. So it goes up quite slow, but you get to see all the sort of the salt crystal and the huge view of inside the salt mine. It's a bit of a weird angle, but you get the perspective of how high the ceilings are in here. I'm just dreading walking up those steps. I hope there's a lift, but apparently there is. Somebody told me it was out of action. We're having a laugh.
If you don't fancy taking the stairs to the surface, then be prepared to wait for the elevator.
We've been waiting about 20 minutes to go up there, so if you do want to get back, make sure you get in the queue early. Look at the size of that shaft.
You can pick up some really nice classy souvenirs here, including things like a salt crystal light, key rings, etc.
I'm currently on my way out of the mine. Now there's two entrances. There's a new entrance, which you saw when I came in. We're now going out the old entrance. And this corridor is actually just about half a mile long. If you were to walk from where the bus actually drops you off in the town centre, it could take up to about an hour to get here. So apparently this entrance, the old entrance, actually brings you closer to the actual town where we're going to get the bus from. Well, that was absolutely amazing. We came out of the old entrance. Just a word of warning, if you are leaving your souvenirs to the last minute, don't, because there's no shop anywhere to be seen. And I was saving myself to get myself a little magnet. Anyway, it's definitely worth a visit here. You can spend a good morning. We've spent about 4 hours here so far, exploring on the Ferris wheel and so forth. Anyway, that concludes my trip here to the Terda salt mine. And if you want further details, that's all going to be at the bottom of the screen. Don't forget, please do subscribe to the channel. Click on that link at the bottom. If you click on that bell as well, every time I release a video, you'll get a notification straight to your inbox, just what you've always wanted. Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another Izzy Wizzy Let's Get Quizzy live virtual pub quiz from Broom Cupboard at the back of my house. How have you all been? This week it is a show with a difference. It's our Halloween Spooktacular. Yes, I know it's not Halloween, but it will be at the weekend. So we're getting into the spirit of things. We've got all the ghosts out, all the tombstones and everything else. I've got an axe to grind on me head. Anyway, today's quiz is all based on anything to do with Halloween, witches, and we've also got a round on horror films as well. Now, it's completely free to play. So all you need is a pen and a piece of paper. You can play on your own, or you can play with friends. You can play on Zoom, you can play on Teams, however you want to play. It's entirely up to you. You can get involved with the show as well. You can interact with me live here in the chat, just in this area over here. So to do that, all you need to do is click on the like if you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, and then you can type in the comments as well. And it is completely free just to do that as well. But you can see we've already got a message up there from Chris Walker. He says, good evening to you. So good evening, Chris. We'll come to that in just a moment. Okay, there is we do take a few breaks during it. So there's 4 different rounds. The first round is all based on ghosts, ghouls, and witches. The next round is all based on witches. And the following round is about horror. And then we're going back and we've got some more Halloween type questions for you as well. So get your thinking caps on. This week it's kind of mediocre. Okay, so you've got to really know your Halloween to get into this. Right, okay, let's kick off with round 1. You've got 10 questions in this. Here we go. Which English comedian starred as a dentist in the 2008 movie Ghost Town? So which English comedian starred as a dentist in the 2008 movie Ghost Town? What is the answer to that? Chris Walker says he's back. Time to wake up the moderator. Oh, by the way, the main moderator, Dame Lisa Honeybone, she's left us. No, she's gone onto the ship. She actually got a phone call last minute. Lisa, we need you back. So she's had to drop everything right in the middle of doing her house up and just go to join the cruise ship. So she flew out to Madeira at the start of the week. So she won't be with us this week here on the quiz, but she's going to try and participate in future because they've got to get all the internet and everything sorted out. So anyway, we need a new mean moderator. It could be you, Chris. How do you fancy? You could be the new mean moderator of the Southeast, I believe you are. Right, number 2. Known in Old Irish as a fairy woman, which spirit heralds the death of a family member by wailing or shrieking? Okay, so known in Old Irish as a fairy woman, which spirit heralds the death of a family member by wailing or shrieking? Talking about Old Irish, I believe we've got the lovely Tina Lloyd watching as well in Dublin. And she's with her sister-in-law from Sligo, Hazel. And they're both apparently having a quiz night, but they're doing their hair at the same time. So they're colouring their hair and doing the quiz. So I think you should actually... Oh, talk of the devil, there she is. Hi from Tina and Hazel. I think what you should do is you should come out live onto the show. By the way, if you are watching wherever you're watching from, it's completely up to you whether you want to get involved in the show. If you want to come and appear live next to me here on the quiz, all you need to do is visit our website. So go to izzywizzy.letsgetquizzy.com. I'll put it on the screen. If you head here on our homepage, right at the bottom of it, we've got a link, and that's a backstage pass. Just click on that, and I will see you in a thumbnail at the bottom of the screen, and I'll be able to bring you live onto the show. So what I want to know, if you do want to appear on the show, is what is the most frightening moment you've ever had? Okay, because we're talking Halloween, so we're trying to get into the... Okay, number 3, this is going to do my head in, this is seriously. Number 3, which of Shakespeare's plays opens with the line, where shall we 3 meet again? Said by the 3 witches. Okay, so which of Shakespeare's plays opens with the line, where shall we 3 meet again? Said by the 3 witches. Now, I believe we've been shared on quite a few groups, LGBT plus groups as well. So hello to all of our LGBT plus followers. Hello, welcome to the show. Hello to all our Benidorm groups as well. All of our Skegness groups that we've subscribed to. Who else have I missed? All the Irish groups as well. So hello to you. Thank you for adding us on the thing. Chris Walker says, let's be honest, you don't want me moderating. You'll get taken off air. Well, you know, put your money where your mouth is. Let's see. Chris Walker says the most frightening moment for him was actually meeting me. Oh, I'm charmed. I'm charmed. Actually, looking at this actually reminds me of Chris Walker. There we are. It is a Halloween style quiz. We've got Halloween pictures coming up as well, because every week here on is, well, not every week, because we're on every other week. I set a theme, so you have to send in some pictures. So people have been sending in pictures of their Halloween costumes and they're getting ready for their parties. So they'll be coming up a little bit later on the show as well. So we've got some fantastic ones as well. Number 4, in which country is the Day of the Dead celebrated at the end of October each year? So in which country is the Day of the Dead celebrated at the end of October each year? I've got to say hello to Barry, who's watching in Luton. Also, I've got to say hello to Alan. And Alan, I've got your picture here. He's dropped in a Halloween style picture for inclusion. He's a local artist from Luton, and he's done this. And I showed it last time, and he's dropped it back at the house again. But I'll show it a little bit later as well. But you can see here, you can see the reflection of my messy room, my messy studio. But this here is like a graveyard, and this dark character here that you see here, apparently this paint is it's absolutely supposed to be the darkest it will ever go. So that's from Alan. It's like a ghostly figure in a graveyard. So thank you so much for sending that over. I will put it on a little bit later as well for you, Alan. Fabulous. Oh, it's all dusty as well. We're going to start sneezing. Number 5. Which motor company produced a model called the Silver Ghost from 1906 to 1926? So which motor company produced a model called the Silver Ghost from 1906 to 1926? What's the answer to that one? I've got me... Witch's Brew just here. Joseph's getting quite excited because he's from Sligo as well. He says, come on, Sligo, we're going to win this. So we've got Team Joseph and Hazel and Tina playing against Chris so far. We've got Alan and Christine and Barry watching in Luton. So big shout out to you guys as well. Happy anniversary to Bradley and Peter, celebrating 5 years. So happy anniversary to you guys. And I've also got a couple of birthday mentions. Happy birthday to Michael Madden, celebrating, I believe, his 31st birthday. And also happy birthday to Len in Gordon Hill. So happy birthday to you as well. Right, number 6. Which 1999 movie told the story of 3 film students making a documentary in Maryland? So which 1999 movie told the story of 3 film students making a documentary in Maryland? I've never, ever seen the film. I refuse to watch it. I've heard so many things about it that's really scary that I didn't want to watch it. I hate films that scare me, to be honest. Joseph says Carraro. Carraro. What's Carraro, Joseph? By the way, we have got a riddle coming up later if you want an opportunity to win a prize here on the show. And believe me, it's an amazing prize. Joseph will be coming up after the second round and reading out a riddle to you. You've got to get your answer on the screen first here in the chat area. If you get the answer there, you get to win a very special prize, which will be sent out to you. Okay, so... yes, all based on Halloween. So if you have just joined us here on the show, hello and welcome. Don't forget as well, if you want to get involved with the chat just here, please click on that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, click on that subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, like us, thumbs up, share us around. Let's get the word out. Do you know what I mean? And let's get the party started. Right, okay, number 7. The Canterville Ghost was the first story to be published by which famous author? So the Canterville Ghost was the first story to be published by which famous author? That's number 7. I've also got to say, now let me just alter this. I'm just going to edit this and put this on because I want people to appear. So if you want to appear on the show, so what's your most frightening moment? You can actually appear live on the screen with me, and that we can have a little bit of a natter. Do you know what I mean about your most frightening moment? Obviously, you don't have to. Sometimes it's we get nobody, and other times we get loads. So let's see. Maybe Tina and Hazel can come on live from Dublin and show us what they're doing with their hair. What do you reckon? Oh, I've got Brian. I don't want Brian on there yet. Oh, I don't know what I've done. I've just messed it up. It's all gone. It's all gone a little bit pear-shaped. There we go. There we are. Chat with me. What's your most frightening moment? We are live. Do you know what I mean? Things do go wrong here in the studio. Come and say hello just here. So Carrow Row is in Sligo, Joseph says. It's a place where one of the Westlife guys live. Well, apparently so, Tina. So we've got 2 people watching from Sligo, Hazel and Joseph. And Joseph actually knows one of the Westlife people. So that must be the one that he knows. Joseph says, yeah, I met him. I met him. It's my claim to fame. Sorry, my claim to fame. Yeah, that's, you know what I mean. It's going to be a long night, I can tell you. Number 8. In which Cornish town would you find the Museum of Witchcraft? So in which Cornish town would you find the Museum of Witchcraft? So what's everybody doing for Halloween? Do let me know. Tina, what are you getting up to? Joe, what are you getting up to? The pub around the corner from me is having a Halloween spectacular. So I'm going to be going there dressed up in my fancy dress. Actually, I'm not going to be wearing this. I'm going to be going as a sort of like a zombie groom from a wedding. So I should put horror makeup and everything else on. Should be fabulous. So if you want to come and join me, drop me a quick message. Okay, so that was number 8. In which Cornish town would you find the Museum of Witchcraft? Number 9. Which BBC series featured a ghost, a werewolf, and a vampire trying to lead a normal life in Bristol? So which BBC series featured a ghost, a werewolf, and a vampire trying to lead a normal life in Bristol? Can you all hear that in the background? No, it's not Rent a Ghost. Do you remember Rent a Ghost? I used to love that show as a kid. Seriously, it's not Rent a Ghost. I'll give you that. So what is the answer? And I'm just going to queue up my thing here. Oh, we've got a fabulous round coming up for you as well. It's all on horror films. Okay, so that's round 3. It's a picture quiz. I'm going to put still on the screen and you have to guess which horror film it's from. It's fabulous. I love it. Right, okay. We'll have that one. Okay, so I've got to say hello as well to Duncan Curtis. He's watching while he's editing. So big shout out to you, Duncan. I've got some fabulous pictures from people that have sent in. So that's all coming up a little bit later on the quiz as well. So you'll see those. Right, okay. Number 10, the final one in round 1 is the twigs from which tree are traditionally used to make a witch's broom. So the twigs from which tree are traditionally used to make a witch's broom. So that is the end of round 1. We've got 3 more rounds to go. The quiz roughly takes around about an hour. Okay, so what is the answer to that one? We're going to take a very quick break for around about 45 seconds so you can go and refill your glasses, top up your drink. I've got my cauldron just here, keeping in the spirit of a pub style quiz. Right, okay, I'll be back in a minute right after this.
Check out the IzzyWizzy Let's Get Quizzy.com website. This is particularly useful if we lose the stream because we've got a streaming box at the bottom of the homepage. You can also join our Facebook community here and also our WhatsApp group. Also on our homepage you can find a link to the following week's show and also any of the shows that we're creating. At the top is our menu where you can visit our past shows, our mini quizzes that we create, and our quiz community section. Every week here in Izzy Wizzy Quizzy we set a theme, and this particular case it was autumn, and here you can see all the pictures that some of our viewers have sent in. We recommend quizzes as well here on Izzy Wizzy Let's Get Quizzy. This is Tricky Dickie's Sunday quiz, and this is all done via WhatsApp. If you click on this blue box here, it will take you straight through and you can get involved. And also we are promoting the Barley Mow pub quiz every Saturday at 9 PM at the moment as well. Now on the right hand side of the page you'll see we've got some little white boxes there. You can join our community on social media. You can also find out what next week's theme is if you miss a show. We've got a merchandise section where you can buy some fabulous merchandise, particularly useful as we're coming up towards Christmas. If you're wondering what to get people, we've got some great face mask designs there, and we've got some t-shirts, some dog accessories, and we've got this fabulous Izzy Wizzy Let's Get Quizzy bumper sticker, which is a definite yes for anybody's car. You can contact us by clicking on this button just here. It takes you through to a form where you just put your name, your email and your message, and that gets straight through to us, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Now if you miss any of our shows, you can catch up with our past shows in the past shows section. It's a little bit like catch up on the BBC. Izzy Wizzy Let's Get Quizzy.com.
And that is our website, everybody. Now, I've got a very special guest here. Let's see if it's actually going to work. Yes, there he is there. Joseph, come on, you're live on the show. Okay, here he is here. This is Mr. Producer. Okay, so Joe is in charge of making sure that the quiz goes all tickety-boo. He keeps his eye on everything, don't you, Joe?
So it's my fault when it all goes wrong.
It's your fault if it all goes well. And I've got to say, everybody, just before we go into round two, Joe has actually started his own YouTube channel. It's dead exciting. What's it called, Joe?
Sex on the, oh no, the red, sorry, the red, you mean the proper one, the Ready Mealers.
That's the one, yes. Tell us what it's about.
We look at and evaluate ready meals, funnily enough, but strange and wonderful ones. And it's taking off quite well and it looks very popular.
So have a look for it on YouTube. It's called The Ready Mealers. I'm going to play a quick, brief 10-second clip so you guys get to have an idea what it's all about.
And please subscribe to it as well. It's my first effort.
And Joe will be back a little bit later as well, just to give you a riddle where you can actually win a real prize.
Does that hurt?
It does a bit. Here he is. Here's Joe.
Hello everybody and welcome to another Ready Mealers. It's a little bit cold outside. It's been early October. And also in these rather strange times when budgets are getting a little bit tight, it's been the middle of the month, and also...
And that's enough of that. Okay, so that's his YouTube channel. It is The Mealers. Have a look at it and do subscribe to it as well, where he evaluates ready meals. By the way, if you have your own YouTube channel and you want me to promote it here on the show, just send me a quick link, pop it in the chat just here, and I'll give you a quick shout out. There you go. Right, okay, our next round is round two, which is all about witches. Okay, witch trivia quiz questions. Okay, so what is the name of the witch in The Wizard of Oz? Is it the Wicked Witch of the West? Is it the Wicked Witch of the North? Or is it the Wicked Witch of the East? So what is the name of the witch in The Wizard of Oz? A, B, or C? Joe says he doesn't like spiders. And Chris says, it's okay, Joe. They don't like you either. Yes. And there's lots of spiders around here. And
thank you for that, Chris.
Thank you for what?
Comment.
Oh, right. Okay. We are professionals. Number two. A manual on how to hunt witches was published in 1487. What was it called? Is it Witch Hunt for Dummies? Is it the Malleus Maleficarum? Or is it the Medieval Witch Hunter's Book? A, B, or C? A manual on how to hunt witches was published in 1487. What was it called? Was it the Witch Hunt for Dummies, Malleus Maleficarum, or is it the Medieval Witch Hunter's Book? A, B, or C? That's number two. We've got 10 of these questions. This is my Witch's Brew mug here, which I got at the Hellfire Caves in High Wycombe. They were selling them. They've also got one that says, "Witch, please." I should have got that one, really. Fabulous. So I'm asking if you want to appear live on the show. So we'll put a little box of your face on. Head to our website, izzywizzy.letsgetquizzy.com. Put it on the screen. And if you scroll right to the bottom of our homepage, we have a link there, a backstage link. So if you click on that, you'll get access to appear live here next to, so a little box will appear and you can come live onto the show. Maybe Martina and Hazel could do that as well while they're doing their hair, although I very much doubt it. Right, number 3. What is the name of the religion based on witchcraft? So what is the name of the religion based on witchcraft? What is that? What is the answer to that? I've just had some messages coming in as well. We've had a message in from Chris Smith. I haven't heard from him for ages. Let's have a look what he says. Yes, it's not very... It's basically that the thing looks awful. He's basically comparing me to this. I don't think so. I love it, actually. I couldn't work out when I got it whether or not, because there's like a button on it. Okay, I couldn't work out whether or not you put batteries in it because the bottom bit don't come off. So anyway, I guess he lights up somehow, but I've got to work out how to get in the thing. Right, number 4. St. Joan of Arc was accused of being a witch. Was this true or was it false? St. Joan of Arc was accused of being a witch. Was this true or was it false? Halloween style quiz. If you just joined us here on Izzy Wizzy, everything to do with Halloween, witches, ghouls, goblins, horror. It is. You need to put your thinking caps on. By the way, when I was studying at college, we actually studied film studies. And one of the things we had to do was study the horror genre. And I remember I'm not a fan of guts and gore or anything like that. I'm not a fan of horror films, to be perfectly honest. Give me a psychological thriller any day, but horror, no, I'm not really that keen. Anyway, I hadn't seen Halloween. I didn't really want to see Halloween either. But I remember watching Halloween with my fingers in my ear all the way through because it was just, and with my eyes closed, I just didn't want to watch it. But I actually went back and watched it a few years later all the way through. I was very young at the time. So a few years later, and I watched it with different music playing. So if you listen to Halloween and you listen to music, the music is what creates the suspense. If you listen to it with a different type of music in the background, it's not really that scary. This is the first one, where the mask is over the camera. It's a point of view shot. The first 20 minutes of the film is all on that. Okay, right. Number 5. What is a group of witches called? Is it a witch gang? Is it a coven? Or is it pentagrammers? So what is a group of witches called? Is it a witch gang? Is it a coven? Or is it a pentagrammer? I did like the way Facebook gave up trying to auto-generate subtitles for question 2B. Yeah, that was Malleus Maleficarum. Yeah, that was a bit of a mouthful, to be perfectly honest. So thank you for that, Chrissy. Are you watching it then? It's pretty quick, though, the Facebook, the way it auto sort of generates sort of subtitles at the bottom of the screen. So you have to keep it clean. Joe says a group of witches is called the Women's Institute. That's not very nice. Number 6. Where did the famous witch trials take place between 1692 and 1693? Was it Paris, Arsles? I'm sorry. Or is it Salem? So where did the famous witch trials take place between 1692 and 1693? Was it Paris, Arsles, or Salem? Why did they put that word in there? Seriously. Michael Madden says, I love the jumper. Thank you, Michael Madden. By the way, happy birthday. It was his birthday the other week. 41 years old, I believe. Happy birthday, Michael. Sorry, 31 years old. And Joseph says, was it in Luton? It wasn't in Luton, but it might just as well have been. We've got people watching in Luton as well. The lovely Christine Lathwell. Give us a shout out, Christine. Put your name on here, watching the show with her family. And also Alan, the artist. He sent his pictures in as well. So thank you so much for that. All those pictures will be coming up a little bit later on here on Izzy Wizzy. Let's get quizzy. Right. Number 7. The Indian term for witch is Dayam or Dayani from the Sanskrit word Dakini. What does it mean? Is it A, a woman with supernatural powers? Is it B, a woman with vampire teeth? Or is it C, a woman with evil intentions? So that's number 7. The Indian term for witch is Dayan or Dayani from the Sanskrit word Dakini. What does it mean? Is it A, a woman with supernatural powers? B, a woman with vampire teeth? Or C, a woman with evil intentions? So that is number 7. Chris says, did you know the Halloween mask was actually a Captain Kirk mask turned inside out? Was it really? Was it really the Halloween mask? Is that the one right on the front of the camera where he's actually walking up towards the house? And then they're having a bit of a party in the house and he walks around the house. It's 20 minutes of the film, is this? It's just the lead character. I can't remember his name. What's the name? Put it on the screen. I can't remember what it is. It's not Michael Myers. Anyway, walks up to the house, then goes all the way around the side, goes in the back door, picks up a knife, and then you see the knife, and then you see the character walking up the stairs, etc., etc. Michael Madden says, no, it was my 51st birthday. Oh, well done. Sorry, Michael, I got it wrong completely. I first of all thought it was your 41st, then it's your 31st. It's actually your 51st birthday. So happy birthday to you. Yeah, what's the name of the main character in Halloween? What's it? The baddie. Okay, put it on the screen. It's not one of the quiz questions, by the way. It's just I just want to know what it is. Number 8. Witches have always flown around on broomsticks. True or false? So witches have always flown around on broomsticks. Is this true or is it false? What's the answer? By the way, if you want to chat with me, what's your most frightening moment? All you need to do is click on the link, go to our website, izzywizzy.letsgetquizzy.com. And we'll bring you, if you click on the link at the bottom, we can bring you live on the show. Just click a link, boom, you're in the room. You do need to have good internet, though. So don't be shy. Michael Madden, why don't you come live on the show? Go to our website. It's on the screen. Scroll to the bottom of the homepage, click on the backstage pass, and we can bring you live here on the screen. Don't be shy. Michael Myers, Chris says, is what it is the name of the person in Halloween. Okay, so number 9, Double Double Toil and Trouble comes from which William Shakespeare play? Double Double Toil and Trouble comes from which William Shakespeare play? Is it A, Macbeth, B, Romeo and Juliet, or C, The Tempest? So A, Macbeth, B, Romeo and Juliet, or C, The Tempest. Okay, so that's number 9. One more for round 2. Oh, I'm just having it. I thought I was going to sneeze then, everybody. So sorry about that. If you have just joined us on Izzy Wizzy, Let's Get Quizzy, welcome to the show. We are a live virtual pub quiz. It's completely free to play. All you need is a pen and piece of paper. It doesn't matter whether you join us halfway through or from the start. You can play on your own. You can play with friends. And we encourage you all to put your scores on the board just here. This is our chat area. To get involved in the chat, just subscribe to this channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching us on Facebook, just click like and share us. Share. Spread the word, if you know what I mean. Okay, the final question in round 2. Question 10. Jill Murphy wrote a series of books based on witches. What was the first one called? So Jill Murphy wrote a series of books based on witches. What was the first one called? Was it A, The Worst Witch? Is it B, The Good Witch? Or was it C, The Moon Witch? I've got to say, a friend of mine, Liz, actually played The Worst Witch on TV recently. Jill Murphy wrote a series of books based on witches. What was the first one called? Is it The Worst Witch, The Good Witch, or The Moon Witch? I might just as well have given that answer away, to be perfectly honest. Oops, I didn't mean to. Anyway, okay, that is the end of round 2, everybody. We've got 2 more rounds to go. We've got a fabulous horror round coming up very, very soon. Plus, the lovely Joseph is going to be coming in straight after the break with a riddle. In fact, let's bring him in now for the riddle so you can have a think during the break and win yourself a very special prize. So the first person to get this right that puts it in our chat box just over here wins himself a very, very special prize. And that prize I will tell you after he's done the riddle. Here he is. Come closer.
Ooh, spooky.
It's all written down here for you.
I don't need to written down. I can't remember things.
Okay.
Just leave it there just in case. I just ran all the way from the studio too. Right. This is a riddle. How can this be? It was a dark and very lonely Halloween night. Ooh. A dad and his son were driving home. And it was extremely dark. And all of a sudden, a terrible accident. Bang! And unfortunately, the dad and son were both quite seriously injured. 2 ambulances arrived, took them to separate hospitals, the dad to one and the son to the other. In the son's hospital, the doctor just rushed in, just getting ready to operate, and shock horror and a really loud scream. And the doctor went, I can't operate. And when asked why, said, that's my son. I cannot operate on my own son. How can this be? Please put the answer on the screen and let us know.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go. Right, we're going to take a very quick break. 45 seconds. We're going to be right back. Refill your glass. Don't go anywhere. We've got a round of horror and some more Halloween questions all coming up right after this.
With more people working from home during the pandemic, the need to use video resources has increased. Do you need to deliver presentations on camera or online? Be it on Zoom, with a video crew, or in a studio, the need to deliver messages via video is increasing, and it's vitally important you engage the audience from the start. This book is a must for anybody who has to present on camera for work. It teaches you step by step how to build up an on-camera presence and will assist you to start building up viewer trust. Learn from an experienced presenter and media skills mentor and pick up some vital tips to help you perfect your on-camera confidence. The book is available on Amazon for a special price of $8.99, including postage and packing. Details are in the description below.
And if you want a copy of that book, you can order it on Amazon. It's called On Camera Confidence. It's by me, and it's a real book. There it is, just there. So that's the plug done. Do you know what I mean? Anyhow, we've had a few messages in about Joe's YouTube channel, The Ready Mealers. So at the end of this quiz, okay, once it's all finished and we've ran the credits, if you stay with us, okay, I'm going to put on a video of Joe's last ready meal video that he produced for his channel. So then you can go and find it look for the Ready Mealers on YouTube and subscribe. There you go, Joe. You've had your plug. Right, everybody. We're now on to round 3, which is all a picture round. And it's all based on horror films. So there's 10 questions here. I'm going to put a picture on the screen from a horror film, and I'm going to give you a choice of 2 films. You need to guess which one it actually is. Okay, so let's start with our first one. This is number 1. Is this Rosemary's Baby, or is it a scene from The Omen? So is it Rosemary's Baby, or is it a scene from The Omen? We've got Deke in the house. Hello, how are you, Deke? Great to have you here. Martina says, hi, Joe. Are you related to Brendan, Elaine Kieran, or Paddy O'Loughlin from Carrow? That's what Hazel's asking on Martina's account to Joe. So, Joe, you need to message and put your answer back on there for me. Big shout out to Deke as well. Fabulous DJ. Amazing, actually, especially during the lockdown. He was doing some great online stuff. And he can be seen frequenting various bars around Luton. Fabulous, fabulous DJ. There we go. Move over Brendan Block and Tony DeVee and everyone else. Deke is in the house. Okay, number 2. That's number 1. Number 2. Okay, this one here it could be either The Conjuring 2 or The Babadook. So is it The Conjuring 2 or is it The Babadook? So number 2 just here. I've not seen any of them, so I can't help you on it. I can't give you a clue. And what's everyone doing for Halloween? Chrissy, what are you doing for Halloween? Are you going anywhere spectacular in Ramsgate? Do let me know. What about you, Michael Madden? What are you doing for Halloween? Okay, number 3. Is this from The Shining or is it from the film Wolf? So number 3, is this from The Shining or is it from the film Wolf? So that is number 3. Do you know what? When it comes to horror films, I just don't like them. Don't like them at all. As for those Saw films, it's so bloodthirsty. There's no way you're going to get me to watch those at all, ever. I think I have actually seen. I did see the. I did see The Fly, and that scared the night. It was horrible. Friday the 13th. Never seen any of them. Never seen any Nightmare on Elm Street. Apart from recently, I saw a scene from it, and when you watch it now, it's actually like it's quite comical, really. But back in the day, it was pretty scary. Chris says the pubs down here in Ramsgate go all on the seafront, go all out for Halloween. Joseph says answers Hazel's question. Paddy is a cousin. Paddy O'Loughlin is a cousin from Carrow. There you go. Small world. Can we bring people together here on Izzy Wizzy? Let's get quizzy. It's all about you guys at home. Already we've connected 2 people from Sligo who are watching in 2 different places, never met before, and already there's a relative in the family. How fabulous! Okay, let's move on to the next one then, number 4. Okay, is this Cannibal Holocaust or is it the Texas Chainsaw Mascara? Sorry, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So is it Cannibal Holocaust or is it the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? That's number 4. Actually, in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, when the character goes into the bar and says, "Do you have a copy of Texas Chainsaw Mascara?" It nearly gets throttled. I love that film. It's one of my favourite films of all time. When I was on the cruise ships, working on the cruise ships, Martina Lloyd as well was there. We used to watch that film every single week. We loved it. I think I know all the words, to be perfectly honest. It's got a real feel-good factor. In fact, what I might do is shove it on after this. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5. Ooh, look at this thing here. I didn't like this film at all. Is it from Species or is it from The Fly? So is it from Species or is it from The Fly? Chris says it looks more like someone's decapitated ET and running away with his head. Actually, it does a bit when you look at it very close up, doesn't it? So this is number 5. Scary. So when I was a lot younger, which wasn't that long ago, I just like to point out, I did a paper round and I used to deliver this magazine called Fangoria. I've never seen it since, really. I think it's gone. I don't think they make it anymore. They publish it anymore. But it was all about gore in horror films and how they did it. I was fascinated. I used to read it before they even got it. I'd read the whole thing, and then when they got it, if it was raining, it just the whole thing was soaked. I just shoved it through the letterbox. Do you know what I mean? That's number 5. Number 6. So is this from Friday the 13th or is it A Nightmare on Elm Street? So number 6, is this from Friday the 13th or is it from A Nightmare on Elm Street? Chris reckon number 5 looks like a king prawn that's been left out of a fridge too long. Well, I suppose so, yeah. If you leave your prawns out. So number 6, everybody.
The scary pictures. So what's the scariest film you've ever seen? Chris, Martina, Joseph, Christine, Barry, Deke. What is the most scariest film you've ever seen? I remember seeing Candyman, actually. That was pretty scary. I couldn't look in the mirror for ages. Do you know what I mean? That's number 6, everyone. Let's look at number 7. Is this from The Devil's Backbone or I Saw the Devil? So is it The Devil's Backbone or is it I Saw the Devil? Okay, so Chris Walker says the 2 scariest things I've watched are, 1 is Your Show Reel. Charming. What's the other one, Chris? Michael Madden says the scariest thing he's ever seen is House of 1,000 Corpses. And Chris also says number 2, his other one is that one with the creepy clown. Is that It? Did you find It scary? I didn't find it that scary, to be honest. Did you find it scary? Seriously? Are you scared of the creepy clowns? So this is number 7. Number 8. Does look a little bit like a famous president, doesn't it? Ex-president. Is this True Entity or is it The Thing? So is it The Entity or is it The Thing? I couldn't even read my writing then, to be perfectly honest. So this is number 8. Loads of slime dripping around it there, isn't there? Loads of slime. So Chris says the clown film It was not so much scary as creepy. Yeah, I suppose I agree with you. I do agree that it is a bit creepy, but I mean, to be honest, I watched it and I was like, well, really, I don't know what the fuss is about, to be perfectly honest. It's a clown, for heaven's sake, with a balloon. I think the scariest thing for me that I've seen has got to be Halloween. It really has. Halloween done very, very well. John Carpenter did that film absolutely fantastically. And it wasn't that gory, to be honest with you. It didn't need to be gory. It was all in your mind. Everything was all done. You know, it's all like, it's a cross between a psychological thriller and a horror film. Fantastic. Right, okay. Number 9. Is this The Silence of the Lambs or is it from Candyman? So is it The Silence of the Lambs or is it from Candyman? It's number 9. By the way, there's a fantastic psychological thriller. If you've got Amazon Prime, you can watch it free of charge. It's called The Redeeming, and it's by one of our actual viewers, Brian Barnes. Brian and Lola are regulars here on the quiz. Unfortunately, they can't be with us this week because Brian's got to work late and so is Lola. So they did actually, I was actually going to do a little bit of an interview with them because he actually did produce a psychological horror thriller, which is really good. So it's called The Redeeming. Have a look for it if you've got Amazon Prime. If you've got a spare moment, it's really good. Chris says, isn't that a still from the Robbie Williams video Angels? Actually, if you looked at it from a distance, Chris, I'm sure it could be. Do you know what I mean? But it's not. Joseph says, is that one of the Trillettes? These used to be a very old drag troupe. Okay, finally, number 10. Is this from Dawn of the Dead or is it The Return of the Living Dead? So is it Dawn of the Dead or The Return of the Living Dead? So that's number 10. By the way, if anybody's missed any of the questions, you want me to repeat any for you, now's your time to pop them on the chat area just here and we will try and get through as many as we possibly can. We've got one more round to go, all based again on Halloween. So 10 questions in the next round. Right, okay, so come back to me. Thank you very much. We're going to crack on then straight away with round 4. Okay, which is again, it's a little bit like general knowledge, but all based with Halloween's. So, okay, so number 1. According to the Scottish poem, what connects ghouls, ghosties, and long-legged beasties? So, according to the Scottish poem, what connects ghouls, ghosties, and long-legged beasties?
What is the answer to that one? Joseph wants 2B again. Is that round? Which round is that, Joe? I guess it's the picture round. He wants number 2. Let's just put that back on for him. He must have blinked. Here we go. Quick one for you, Joe. That's number 2. So is that from The Conjuring 2 or The Babadook? So The Conjuring 2 or The Babadook? Okay, number 2. Which witch is killed when Dorothy lands in Oz in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz? So which witch is killed when Dorothy lands in Oz in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz? You're welcome, my dear. You're welcome. Chris goes, number 1 is Grinder. Is it? According to the Scottish poem, what connects ghouls, ghosties, and long-legged beasties? Yeah, okay. No, it's not. That's not the answer I'm looking for, Chris, but that was a good one. It was sharp and it was witty. So our meme moderator of the North, Dame Lisa Honeybone, has started now back on the ship. She got a call, and it was literally lastminute.com because her house at the moment is, for those of you that have watched the show over the last few weeks, she's been having lots of issues with her house and rebuilding it from the inside. And she left the ceiling hanging off, and she got the call to go back. So she's literally just down tools, gone back on the ship to do her contract. Literally a click of a finger, and she was flown out to Madeira. So she won't be joining us because the internet on the ships, it's not really that great, and you have to pay for it. It costs a lot of money. So she's going to find a way of being able to get involved when she's nearer land, because then she can actually do it. Joseph says to ask Chris a question. What's Grinder, Chris? Yeah, do explain, please, Chris. Number 3, which band had a UK top 10 hit in 1982 with the song Ghosts? So which band had a UK top 10 hit in 1982 with the song Ghosts? Martina, am I on the big screen in your house? Are you watching on the big screen, or are you watching on a little iPad? Do let me know. Yeah, Chris Walker says, I did mention Lisa Honeybone, and she's been rebuilding her house over the last few weeks. I have to just adjust that. That is not correct. Chris says the last few weeks she's been rebuilding that house for nearly 2 years. Indeed. So which band had a UK top 10 hit in 1982 with the song Ghosts? Number 4. What was the name of the central character in the Halloween series of movies? Now, you've got to pay attention because we had that in the chat, didn't we? It's not Michael Madden. That is, it's definitely not Michael Madden. So, number 4, what was the name of the central character in the Halloween series of movies? So, what is the answer? You have to scroll up to get the answer. So, what is the answer to that one? I'm just going to queue up these pictures. We've got some fabulous pictures people have sent in on Halloween. Got some great ones here, actually. So they're all coming on in just a few moments. In fact, I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek right now. This is AD, okay? And this is his scary clown. Chris, be warned. He doesn't like, Chris, by the way, does not like scary clowns. Chris is going to be absolutely terrified when he sees this, but this is the caliber of pictures that we're getting. Some fantastic pictures. This is AD in Dublin, and there he is just there as a scary clown. So Chris, you can come out from behind the sofa now. There's AD. So thank you for that. We've got more of those pictures coming up, and I will repeat it again just a little bit later on. Okay, but it is worth staying for those pictures. By the way, I'm going to give you a heads up. The next quiz is going to be in 2 weeks' time. So we're going to be around about coming up to firework night. So the theme is going to be fireworks. So get your pictures in of your firework displays, etc., or what you're doing. Right, okay. So number 5 is, in which part of England is the Hound of the Baskervilles largely set? So in which part of England is the Hound of the Baskervilles largely set? So where is that? It's number 5.
So Chris has just explained what Grindr is to Joe. So that's all in the chat area just here. So you now know, Joe, what that is. I'm sure he probably does know. Chris says, how can I be scared of clowns? I've been friends with you for nearly 18 years, dear. You're funny, dear. Next time I need a funny line, I'll take one off your face. Okay. That's number 5. Number 6. In his 1848 poem, what did Edgar Allan Poe describe as they are neither man or woman or brute nor human? So in his 1848 poem, what did Edgar Allan Poe describe as they are neither man or woman or brute nor human? So what was that? That's number 6. So I did say some of them were quite tricky. So we've got a mixed bag of questions this week. Don't forget, you can still get involved in the show. We've got some shy people on this week. If you do want to appear live on the show, head to our website, izzywizzy.letsgetquizzy.com. Go to the bottom. We've got a link there. If you click on it, you'll get a backstage pass. I'm asking you, if you do want to chat with me here live in the studio, what's been your most frightening moment? Okay. The website is izzywizzy.letsgetquizzy.com. It's on the bottom of your screens right now. Okay, number 7, what was the name of the clown in Stephen King's It? Chris, I expect you to get this one. He was terrified of it, apparently. So what was the name of the clown in Stephen King's It? That's number 7. No, Chris, it's not Piers Morgan. I do like Piers, actually. You know what I mean? He's grown on me over the years. He's really mouthy. He's really mouthy and just says it as it is. And yeah, I kind of like watching it. Him and Suzanne in the morning, Susanna, and it is quite funny, especially when they start having a domestic. So yeah, I've got to say, I do like Piers Morgan. Okay, number 8. Which company currently produces Black Magic chocolates? So which company currently produces Black Magic chocolates? What is the answer to that? Chris says he prefers Lorraine.
Oh.
Oh, big shout out as well to everybody who's watching the show in Whitstable on our Whitstable group as well. Big shout out to you. Thanks so much for adding us. I believe that we are now in the Whitstable group because we've got Ramsgate, we've got Whitstable, we've got Canterbury, we've got Skegness, we've got Benidorm, of all places, we've got Ireland, we've got Sligo, we've got everywhere. Oh, by the way, Joe's riddle. No one's got the riddle yet. If you want to win yourself a prize, Joe is going to read out the riddle for you. And it's the first one to put the answer into there will get themselves a very special prize. Number 9. Who played Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, in the TV series of the same name? Who played Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, in the TV series of the same name? Do you want to quickly come in here and just read that riddle out before we go on to number 10? Okay, here he is, just here.
Well, the riddle again, very quickly, was dad and son in a car had an accident, and unfortunately both rushed to separate hospitals. The dad was fine, but the son needed an operation. The doctor came in to operate on the son. Big scream, shock, horror. The doctor went, I can't operate because that's my son. How can that be?
Okay,
anybody
so
know? Please put it on the screen.
Right, we shall get that answer up in the next when we go through the answers in a second. So put it on the screen quick if you want to win yourself a very spectacular prize. And finally, number 10, Ichabod Crane features in which short horror story by Washington Irving? So Ichabod Crane features in which short horror story by Washington Irving? Now, if anybody missed any of those questions, do pop the ones that you missed onto the screen just here. I'll try and repeat them as we go through. It is a horror, Halloween, ghost, ghoulies, witches type quiz this week because it's Halloween at the weekend. So do pop them on the screen just here. We're going to go straight through the answers very, very shortly. But first, okay, it's the moment that a lot of you have all been waiting for. You sent in your Halloween pictures. So let's have a quick look and see what people have sent in. First up, okay, I'm going to put it on the wide so you can see here. Alan Lathwell has painted this fabulous picture of a graveyard. I mean, why would anybody want to paint a picture of a graveyard? I do not know. But there it is, just there. So you can see he's painted that, and it's very dusty. But there it is. It's a dark figure in amongst the tombstones just there. So thank you for sending that in, Alan. That's wonderful. You could have just sent in a picture. It would have been a lot easier for you, I think. Okay, this is what Joseph has found in his local supermarket, and he took a picture here. Oh, by the way, I've got to say, oh, that's somebody asking me about my quiz that I'm doing tomorrow. I must turn my notifications off. This is a load of skeletons in a basket in Tesco's, which you see, I think it's Tesco's. They're there, but they're quite unusual. Do you know what as well? I actually saw in Tesco's, they've got these sort of pop-up life-size coffins, and you can climb in them. And it's very morbid, isn't it? So Joe found them. Thank you for that. Also here, he went to the Hellfire Caves, which apparently the caves are one of the darkest places ever sort of like reported on Living TV's Most Haunted series. It's haunted by a couple of ghosts there. Actually, I've made a YouTube video. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's called Lichfield's Lifestyles. Please do click on subscribe. It really does help the channel. It is completely free, but I do go to the Hellfire Caves and explore, and it is really eerie. I've got to tell you, it's one of the most scariest, darkest places I've ever been. Okay, here's Joe here, and is having a Halloween drink with Michael Madden. So thank you for sending that in, Joe. And there they are, just there. Michael Madden and Joseph, and in the Brixton Brewery. So thank you for sending that one in. That's fabulous. We've got Michael Madden here. He is actually a Lagerfeld just there. Okay, so that's Michael Madden. And then we've got, that's me and Christian in a Halloween style pub. Lots of New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc on the go as well. So that's that little Christian. Alan sent this in. Alan and Louise in their Halloween costume. Alan's there with two heads. And there's Louise as she looks like Olivia Newton-John, to be honest, in that wig. We got this one. This is Carl and Adi and Tina's pumpkin that they've done here called Ronaldo, after the footballer. So thank you for sending that one in. There he is there. Scary ghost alert, Chris. Hide behind the sofa. It is young Adi there as a scary clown ghost thing. Okay, so thank you for that. You look absolutely fantastic. In fact, I'm going to give you a very special prize. You can have a Izzy Wizzy Let's Get Quizzy badge, and Carl can have one as well. There he is, just there. He is like the Grinch. I think that's the Grinch. Is that the Grinch, Martina? But anyway, fabulous. Thank you so much for sending those in as well. Here is Lisa Honeybone sent this in. It is a Halloween biscuit that she bought just there. So thank you for sending that in, Lisa. And there is the gang in the kitchen and me having a little drinky poos for Halloween. This is Tanya, who sent this one in as well as a zombie. So Tanya, who is watching the show in a place called Sandwich. So thank you for that. It looked absolutely amazing. And there's Duncan and Lara just there. Duncan, I believe, is a skeleton. And there's Lara there. She looks like she is a zombie, I think, just there. So fabulous. Thank you for sending those in. Amazing outfits. There's Duncan and Lara's pumpkin that they made together as well. Eating another pumpkin with the guts all coming out just there. Looks absolutely wonderful. So thank you for that. Amadin has sent this one in here. This is his Halloween outfit as well. Amadin, who is watching the show in Brighton right now. So thank you for that. I believe that is all the Halloween pictures that we've had this week. So fantastic. I will pop them on our gallery on IzzyWizzy, Let's Get Quizzy.com, in our community section. So they'll be in the gallery from tomorrow, so you can have a look and admire yourself on the website. Okay, let's go through these answers, and we'll find out as well who got the answer to the riddle as well for a prize. Okay, so round one was Ghosts, Ghouls and Witches. Which English comedian starred as a dentist in the 2008 movie Ghost Town? It's Ricky Gervais. Number two, known in Old Irish as Fairy Woman, which spirit heralds the death of a family member by wailing or shrieking? That's a banshee. Number 3, which of Shakespeare's plays opens with the line, "Where shall we three meet again?" said by three witches? It's Macbeth. Number 4, in which country is the Day of the Dead celebrated at the end of October each year? It's Mexico. Number 5, which motor company produced a model called the Silver Ghost from 1906 to 1926? Very expensive. It's Rolls-Royce. Number 6, which 1999 movie told the story of 3 film students making a documentary in Maryland? It's the Blair Witch Project. Number 7, The Canterville Ghost was the first story to be published by which famous author? It's Oscar Wilde. Number 8, in which Cornish town would you find the Museum of Witchcraft? It's Boscastle. Number 9, which BBC series featured a ghost, a werewolf, and a vampire trying to lead a normal life in Bristol? It's Being Human. Number 10, the twigs from which tree are traditionally used to make a witch's broom? It's birch. We'll have Joe's trivia question at the end of the round of these questions. So next is Witch Trivia. What is the name of the witch in The Wizard of Oz? It's the Wicked Witch of the West. Number 2, that's A, by the way. Number 2, a manual on how to hunt witches was published in 1487. What was it called? It's the B, Malleus Maleficarum. You know what I mean. Number 3, what is the name of the religion based on witchcraft? It's C, Wicca. Number 4, St. Joan of Arc was accused of being a witch. Is this true or false? It's A, true. Number 5, what is a group of witches called? It's B, a coven. Number 6, where did the famous witch trials take place between 1692 and 1693? It's C, Salem. Number 7, the Indian term for witch is Dayan or Dayani from the Sanskrit word Dakini. What does it mean? It's A, a woman with supernatural powers. Number 8, witches have always flown around on broomsticks. Is this true or false? It's B, false. Number 9, Double Double Toil and Trouble comes from which William Shakespeare play? It's A, Macbeth. Number 10, Jill Murphy wrote a series of books based on witches. What was the first one called? It's A, The Worst Witch. So that is that. Add those up. That's round 2. By the way, my favourite witch has got to be Grotbags from the Pink Windmill Show. Definitely. Okay, round 3 then, all based on horror films. Here we go. This is the first one I asked you. This is from a scene from The Omen. Number 2, this is The Babadook. Number 3, this is The Shining. Number 4, this is The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Number 5, this is The Fly. Number 6, this is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 7, this is The Devil's Backbone. Number 8, this is The Thing. Number 9, this is The Silence of the Lambs. And finally, number 10, this is Dawn of the Dead. So that's round 3. Okay, now we're on our final round, round 4. Question 1 was, according to the Scottish poem, what connects ghouls, ghosts, and long-legged beasties? It's not Grinder, Chris. It's things that go bump in the night. Number 2, which witch is killed when Dorothy lands in Oz in the 1939 movie The Wizard of Oz? It's the Wicked Witch of the East. Number 3, which band had a UK top 10 hit in 1982 with the song Ghosts? It's Japan. Number 4, what was the name of the central character in the Halloween series of movies? It's Michael Myers. Number 5, in which part of England is the Hound of the Baskervilles largely set? It's Dartmoor. Number 6, in his 1848 poem, what did Edgar Allan Poe describe as they are neither man or woman or brute nor human? It's ghouls. Number 7, what was the name of the clown in Stephen King's It? It is Pennywise. Number 8, which company currently produces Black Magic chocolates? It's Nestle. Number 9, who played Sabrina the Teenage Witch in the TV series of the same name? It's Melissa Joan Hart. And finally, number 10, Ichabod Crane features in which short horror story by Washington Irving? It's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. What did you get? How many did you get right? Write them on screen just here. Joe and his riddle coming up really soon. Joe, we need you for your riddle. Here he is. I believe you put it on the screen, have you?
Sorry about that. Wasn't quite ready.
Okay, let's get you on the wide.
Do I really need to be on the wide?
Come on then.
I'll breathe in.
Okay, so read the question out again, and let's go straight for the answer.
Right. son and dad both end up in hospital, separate hospitals. The son needs an operation. Doctor rushes in and goes, I can't operate on him. Nurse goes, why? Because that's my son. It'd be unethical. The doctor was actually his mum.
Ah.
Thank you for all that. And don't forget to subscribe to my Ready Mealers channel.
Yes, and right at the end of the quiz, we are actually going to play one of Joe's Ready Mealers videos from his YouTube channel. So you can see him. And I believe you're sampling some spaghetti. So don't go anywhere. After we run the credits, we'll put Joe's YouTube video on, and then we'll end the stream. Okay, so the person that got that one right then, Chris went, the two simplest answers are: one, if the dad was fine, he could have gone to work after being discharged at the hospital. He had two dads as he was a child of LGBT plus parents. That is not the one that's not the answer I was looking for. So I'm afraid, Chris, you haven't got yourself a prize for that. But the prize would have been a fabulous Izzy Wizzy Let's Get Quizzy badge. Kyle and Adi have both got one as well, because they sent in some fabulous pictures, and I'll even throw in an LLTV YouTube channel badge as well, what everybody wants. So they're there. Chris, you can have one as well. Just I'll post one out to you. There you go. Just what you've always wanted. Okay, everyone, we're going to be back in 2 weeks' time for the quiz, and it's all. If you can send in those pictures, the theme is fireworks. So it's fireworks theme. So send in your own pictures for that. And it will just be a mixed bag of questions for you as well. We might throw some firework ones in there as well, just for good measure, just to keep it in the thing. In the thing. If you want to watch any of the pictures back, by the way, go to our website, izzywizzy.letsgetquizzy.com. Right then, everybody, that's it for this week. And do subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed. And I'm going to leave you with Joe's YouTube channel video. Just going to put it on the screen right now. And if you can subscribe to it, it's called The Ready Mealers. Until next time, everyone, stay well, stay healthy. Ta-ra.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Ready Mealers. It's a little bit cold outside. It's been early October. And also in these rather strange times when budgets are getting a little bit tight, it's been the middle of the month. And also, maybe there might be a great selection of things on the shelves for some political reason, one way or another. I'm not political, I don't really know. I went to my local co-op and I picked up one of these, which is their Honest range co-op spaghetti bolognese. It looks nice, it looks warming, it looks just gorgeous for this time of the year. And I'm going to give it a try and let you know what we think of it. It was only £1.50, so well within budget. And hopefully it'll be really, really something that we can get our teeth into. Just to let you know, before we go any further, the kind of technical details. It looks nice, it looks tasty, but it's not the healthiest. It's about 11% fat, which is average, isn't unhealthy, but I wouldn't recommend eating it every day. Also, it's got quite a high percentage of salt and sugar. It's about 6% salt, which is minimal, which is average again for these sort of things. And it's got about 9 grams of sugar in, which is just over half a teaspoonful. So if you're on a healthy diet, or if you're diabetic or anything, I perhaps wouldn't recommend it. But if you're like me and just need something warming and something comfort food, I would definitely recommend it. So let's give it a try. Let's have a look and see what it looks like inside. Take the packaging off. We've got plenty of spaghetti, and we seem to have loads of sauce as well, so it looks quite nice, and it looks quite it's going to be tasty as well. Going on the technical details for a moment, as with all these sort of things, it can be done in the microwave. 2.5 minutes first. Take it, obviously peel the top or pierce the top. 2.5 minutes first. Take it out, peel the top back carefully. Be aware that there will be steam coming off it. Give it a stir, and then cover it up again. Just peel the cellophane back down and put it in for another 2 minutes. So let's give it a go and see what it tastes like. Let me just get something to pierce it with and give it a good old piercing. And then make sure you put it on a microwave-proof plate. And let's put it in the microwave for 2.5 minutes. Okay, there we go. And there we go, folks. That's the initial cooking done. Take it out carefully. The plate won't be hot, but just to be on the safe side. Then put it on a flat surface. And then this is the bit, carefully away from yourself. Pull back the plastic. Be aware there'll be quite a lot of steam to start with. Just slowly pull it back. Wow, this does look nice. Give it a stir, mixing the sauce in well.
Well, it does smell nice.
And it smells really nice as well. Yes, I'm looking forward to this. A nice, when it's rather chilly outside, a nice warming comfort type lunch. Now then, we're going to just put it back in for another 2 minutes. And then it should be fully, just set the timer for 2 minutes. And here we go. And we're ready. Ooh, it's bubbling and it looks hot and scrumptious. Again, carefully take it out. I'd recommend just letting it rest first for about 30 seconds, just to let any steam evaporate. And then again, as I said, away from you, very carefully, whoops, very carefully pull the cellophane off. We can dispose of that. Then I would say give it another little stir just to make sure everything's in the right place. Sauce has gone well in. It looks very, very tasty. But as we say, the proof of the pudding's in the eating. Here we go. And there we go. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Make sure I get all the sauce because I'm a greedy person and feeling quite hungry. Gino D'Acampo, eat your heart out. Yay! Here we go in my version of my Michelin star Italian restaurant. I didn't bother with any wine. It's a little bit early for that, but I'll have a glass of wine afterwards. So here we go. First taste, and here we go. It's hot. It's tasty. I can taste the spices. Yes, indeed, it is quite nice. I can taste the spices. Look very, very good on this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. As you can tell, I am enjoying it. Right. My only downside is there could be a little bit more sauce on there. There is minced meat on there, and it is well mixed in, and it does taste quite saucy. And for £1.50, I would say it's absolutely excellent value. It tastes really scrumptious. If you've got a family, and it would make great kids' lunches. If you're working and just coming home for a quick lunch, stick it in the microwave, and it'll fill that gap until dinner time. If spicy, it tastes nice. It's nice and hot. There is a reasonable amount of sauce on, but as I say, a little bit more wouldn't have gone amiss. If I had to give it anything out of 10, I would say 6.5, 7. For £1.50 though, I cannot say anything bad about it. It is scrumptious, and it is quite hot. And with the weather only 7 or 8 degrees outside, it'll fill a gap and it'll be extremely nice. Oh, by the way, if you do enjoy our vlogs, please do click on the subscribe button below. And also, I've got a little something to ask. If you know of something, or if you know of something quite unusual that you'd like either myself or Richard to try, please put it in the comments box and we'd be happy to do so. And we'll give you a good honest review and let you know what it tastes like and let you know our comments. Well, ta-ra for now. That's it for today. And we look forward to seeing you on our next vlog. And I'm just going to get stuck into this. Bye. It's This is absolutely fantastic. Can I have a glass of wine, please?